Welcome to today's webinar, My Aged Care, Services and Supports for People 65 years of age and over. And our presenter today is Emily Austin, and I'm your facilitator, Nicola Graham. So we'd like to start our programs with an acknowledgement. So we acknowledge and pay respect to the traditional custodians, past and present, on whose lands we meet today. And we acknowledge the deep feelings of attachment and the relationship of Aboriginal people to country and respect the cultural authority of the elders in each community. So just like to introduce you to Emily Austin, our presenter today. And Emily's been working in the disability field in various roles for over 20 years. She is currently employed as a MS Connect specialist. So she's working here at MSL. Previously, Emily was in the aged care field, assisting people to access services through My Aged Care. Hence, she's presenting this webinar today. And her main interest is supporting people to achieve their goals by implementing effective and realistic strategies and disability awareness in the general community.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining today. I'm just going to switch off my webcam now. Okay, so I'll start the presentation. So welcome to today's webinar. So this is an overview of what we're going to cover today. So the presentation today is really to provide an overview of what the My Aged Care system is. I'm happy to answer individual questions as we go along. So please do type in the comments or questions. This is who this presentation is for, and eligibility for My Aged Care services. So we'll run through contacting My Aged Care, reasons for contacting My Aged Care, and also other areas that My Aged Care will cover. Okay, so who is this presentation for? So this presentation is for people who are 65 years of age or older, who may be thinking about how they can be supported and would like to know where to start. It's also for family members, friends and loved ones. So some information on contacting My Aged Care. So the main contact number is the number on your screen, the 1800 200 422 number. There is also the My Aged Care website, which has a lot of useful resources and videos, which you might like to have a look at for further information. Okay, so who is eligible for My Aged Care services? So eligibility is for people who are 65 years or older, or 50 years or older if you identify as Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander, have extremely low income or at risk of homelessness. So aged care services are designed to give older people more choice, more control and better access to a wider range of aged care services. So why contact My Aged Care? So for information, the website and also by contacting My Aged Care has a lot of information on the services that will be provided through the My Aged Care system. Also assistance to figure out what you may need, to organise for an assessment, for further supports, and a phone call to My Aged Care is the essential starting point. There is also the option of completing an online application form. And you can also contact My Aged Care if you would like to arrange for a reassessment if your circumstances have changed. So triggers for contacting My Aged Care. So here are some of the triggers that may prompt you to contact My Aged Care. So it may be worthwhile thinking about your own situation and how you feel you are managing. And it's never too early to ask for assistance. And support doesn't have to be forever, doesn't have to be on an ongoing basis. You can dip in and out of support depending on your health and other circumstances and support network. tasks. So this list is really to give you an idea of why you may contact My Aged Care. So what assistance may be available? So there's a range of different services that are provided through My Aged Care under the different models of care. So on the left-hand side, help with domestic tasks and personal care tasks. Also accessing the community and social activities. Could also be for a break for a carer or for respite. Can also assist with finding aged care accommodation. Home modifications is another option. You can access allied health services through My Aged Care, such as occupational therapy and physiotherapy can be options through My Aged Care, and also other supports around the home, including assisting with meal preparation, shopping delivered to you, or accompanying staff to do shopping, and also gardening and aids and equipment. So that's some of the services that may be provided. So you will be assessed on your individual situation and what applies to your unique circumstances. So when you contact My Aged Care, so as I said, there is an option of completing an online application, or you can contact My Aged Care via the 1800 number. So when you contact My Aged Care, they will discuss with you your current situation. They will need to ask you some basic questions to verify your identity. So it's a good idea to have your Medicare card handy and your healthcare card. They will ask for your permission to register you on the My Aged Care database. And this means that they can organise for you to have a face-to-face assessment. If during the conversation with My Aged Care, they determine with you that an assessment is required, they will let you know which assessment stream you are being referred to. So the different types of assessment streams with the regional assessment service, and also there's a comprehensive assessment which is done with the aged care assessment team in states other than Victoria, but in Victoria it's known as the Aged Care Assessment Service. So I'll just go through the different types of assessments. So the home support assessment is if you're requiring some supports around the home and also in your community. So it provides a small amount of support and services for older people who wish to live independently at home. So the comprehensive assessment is if you're requiring higher support needs, and that's done by the aged care assessment team. And that's can provide approval for things like home care packages, respite in residential care facility, or permanent accommodation in a residential care facility. So all of these approvals are discussed and agreed together with the assessor. So the Commonwealth Home Support Program can also assist with many things, and often these supports or services can be arranged relatively quickly, depending on the demand in the area you reside. So home adaptations can include things like grab rails that you may assist you in the bathroom to assist with managing balance. They may also install things like ramps if you have steps to or from your home to make it safer to get into and out of your home. And other services such as shopping and meal preparation, social support to access activities and keep you involved in your local community, and also transport can be provided for shopping and tasks like that, and appointments. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you a case study video.
As I load up the video, Emily, I've just got a question here from Janine, and she says, if I have a current NDIS plan, does that continue into my aged care when I turn 65? She's currently 64.
Yes, if you're on the if you're on the NDIS prior to turning 65, then you will remain on the NDIS.
Great, thanks, Emily. I'm just going to show my screen then and share the video with everybody. We always hold our breath at this point, don't we, Emily? Because
Yeah.
videos are notoriously whimsical on right. I'll just make that full screen for you all and we'll start.
My name is Tess. I've lived in Canberra for 57 years. Robert, he was a very active man, and then he became quite ill. They needed special care. So these guys and girls came in to take care of him. After Robert passed away, I was fit and able. And then when I wasn't able, a person came to assess me. They knew that I needed care. I went onto the aged care website, and I was pleasantly surprised to see the amount of facilities that are available. And now that I know that there's transport available, I would like to know everything that they have that I can maybe use. My services have changed as a result of being in hospital this year. I needed further services as in personal care. Once a week I have domestic assistance, and that means they come in and they'll clean the house for me. I don't know about other services for other people, but certainly mine is subsidised, and I pay a rate according to what I can afford, and that's wonderful. Having these girls coming into my home has made it possible for me to live in my home. My husband and I built this house together, so my plan is to stay here. And look at his picture, and he's still here in spirit, yes.
There you go, Emily, back to you. Hopefully you've got that. Great. Thanks, Emily.
Yep, thank you. So just talking further about the comprehensive, the comprehensive assessments, which are performed by the aged care assessment team. So they'll assess for home care packages. As you may have heard of home care packages, there are 4 different levels of home care packages depending on support requirements. So the home care packages can include services such as personal care, nutrition, continence management, nursing, allied health, and they can also assist with transition care. If you've been in hospital, they can assist with the care required once you return back to home. And the packages can also come with a component of case management if you require assistance to manage your package. And they're often called care coordinators or complex care coordinators, and they are there to set up a range of supports and services you need to be safe and well at home. So you can also access respite in a residential facility and for permanent residential care. Okay, so if you do need my aged care services or supports or support with accessing my aged care, you can contact MS Connect for further information about the aged care process. To register with my aged care, you can do so by calling their 1800 number or also by completing an online application form. So you'll then speak to one of the My Aged Care staff about your needs and what supports you are seeking. And then if your call triggers an assessment, you'll be referred for either a regional assessment service for a home Commonwealth Home Support Program, or to the aged care assessment team for a comprehensive assessment. Alternatively, your GP or other healthcare provider can refer you for an assessment also. So aged care assessments. So all aged care assessments take place in your home. It helps to have a support person there with you, and also to prepare for the assessment beforehand and have a think about what support you may require to assist you to be independent in your home and assist you with your support requirements. So after your aged care assessment, you'll receive a letter to know which services you have been approved for. So if you've been approved for a home care package, you'll be notified that you've been placed on a wait list, and often notified of the time frame as well, that you'll be expected to be in receipt of that home care package. And then you'll receive further correspondence when that home care package has been assigned. So once you do receive that letter, you'll need to accept this offer by choosing a home care package provider. And My Aged Care can assist you in finding an appropriate service provider as well in your local area. Okay, so the fees associated with aged care, the home care packages can incur a basic fee of 17.5% of the aged care pension. So that is also based on an income tested fee. So Centrelink will also assess how much you will need to pay for services via their Centrelink income and asset test online. Okay, and the assessments don't come with a cost either. The assessments are free of charge. And there's a variety of home care package providers available, and different providers have different fees. So some home care package providers may have limited or no fees, depending on your financial situation. And it's important to have a good look around too, and have a different look at the different service providers that are available in your area. And there's also a fee estimator on the My Aged Care website, which might be helpful for you. So here are some other things to keep in mind. For people who have Department of Veteran Affairs benefits, which are a white or gold card, you can receive further support through the Department of Veterans Affairs home care program. And they also provide a range of services and supports to eligible veterans. And veterans may also be able to use a combination of veteran services and My Aged Care services. So that's something that's important to keep in mind as well. And your GP can also refer you for further allied health support as well. So here's some further links on websites that provide a range of information. So Carer Gateway is a national hotline and phone service that provides practical information and resources to support carers. Centrelink is also a good resource to have a look at for further information. And the National Debt and Helpline can provide further information in regards to tackling debt problems and providing financial advice. So MS can help you to understand what supports you may be eligible for. So by contacting MS Connect on our 1800 number, we can assist you to navigate the My Aged Care website and search for the information that you require. We can also assist you in preparing for the assessment and going through the supports that you may require and how My Aged Care can assist you. We can also assist in providing information on service providers that are in your area. And we can also connect you to other services and supports in your local area if required. So these supports can really help you to live well and maintain your independence at home. And it's important to seek help early So it can be useful to introduce the idea of supports and go slowly rather than waiting till you're requiring further support, and it can be harder to access then. So yeah, thank you. And please, if you have any questions, please ask any questions that you may have. So yeah, as I said, as the expression states, don't wait till the wheels have fallen off before seeking help. So seeking help early is really important, and getting everything in place. In-home support or a home care package can be vital to assisting in maintaining independence. And MS Connect are available if you have any questions or would like some support in navigating the My Aged Care system. So you can either call on our 1800 number, email on the msconnect@ms.org.au email address, or via inquiry form or live web chat on the MS website. Those options are available to you.
Thank you so much, Emily. We have got a few questions. It is fantastic to know when you're navigating a new system that people can call MS Connect and get that help. So that's a wonderful take-home message. I'm just going to read out some of the questions that are coming in, Emily, and some of the questions from earlier on in the presentation. So Margaret has asked, can MSL help with the type of criteria to use in making a decision about providers to use?
Criteria in what regard? Are you able to be a bit more specific?
I'm imagining that Margaret means, really, how does she pick a good provider for some of the services, and can MS help her with that? So if she's wanting personal care, for example, how on earth do you go about picking from all the people that can deliver that service? How do you pick?
Yeah, that's true. So you can choose which service providers you go with. If you're accessing a range of different services, it doesn't necessarily have to be through the same service provider. So we can assist you to look on the website and see if you prefer to go with the same provider for your services. You can have a look at their website as well. You can also have a look at reviews that may be available online of different service providers. Word of mouth is also a really good way of deciding on service providers as well. So MS Connect can definitely assist you to navigate the service providers in your area and find out more information about each of those individual service providers.
And I guess it's important for Margaret to realise as well that if you're not happy with the service, one, you can communicate with that service provider, or two, you can change to somebody else. You're not locked in, are you, Emily?
No, that's right. Yeah, there's always the option of changing if you're not happy with the services.
And Marianne has asked, what is the average wait time before receiving the home care package after you've had approval?
So it varies depending on the level of home care package. The lower levels, so the 1 and 2, they don't take as long. They can be 3 to 6 months for waiting time. But the higher levels often incur a longer waiting time. So for a level 3 or level 4 package, that can be upwards of 12 months that you're on a waiting list. But you can access services through the Commonwealth Home Support Program while you're waiting for that home care package, so you're not left without any support services.
And do you still get the financial assistance or subsidy when you access those interim services, Emily?
Yes, yeah, there will be a fee for service depending on which provider you are going through, but the services through the Commonwealth Home Support Program are kept at a lower cost, and it is dependent on income, but the Commonwealth Home Support Program services don't incur a large fee. They've got low costs associated with the services.
Great. And again, I guess that reiterates that message about getting an assessment earlier rather than later because of a number of reasons, but including that wait time.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, especially for the higher level of home care package, the wait time can be significant. Yeah.
And Margaret has asked, can I manage the package myself like people do under the NDIS scheme?
Yeah, if you choose to manage it yourself, yeah, that's an option. If you would prefer to do it that way, yeah, they do.
And Betty's
They do have case managers. Yep.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's great. Betty's making a comment really, which I'm sure is possibly shared by some other listeners. So it's not a question, but a comment. And Betty's just saying there's been a lot of political talk about the increase in home care packages to be made available, but there seems to be a long list of people needing the service who've waited for a very long time. So, but it's good to know that there is those other options available whilst you're waiting, and that those options are also subsidised.
Yeah, there is a bit of a waiting list, and hopefully going forward the government will introduce more home care packages so the waiting list isn't as long as it currently is.
Okay, and Shiva Kumar has said that they've been income tested and have been approved for a level 4 package, but they've waited for a reply for nearly 2 months. Anything that they should do, or do they have to just still wait?
I'd contact my aged care and just say on the progress of that home care package. They'd be the best people to provide advice on the waiting time. Yeah, if you have any questions and once you've been approved, my aged care will definitely be the number to contact, because they'll be able to provide further information on the time frame expected for the service.
And I imagine, Emily, if Shiva Kumar or other people in the same situation are having difficulty following up and would like some assistance, that's something that MS Connect can help with. Is that correct, Emily?
Yeah, we can help. We're not able to contact My Aged Care on your behalf because you're registered with them. You are the person to contact My Aged Care unless you've authorised somebody else, a representative, to speak on your behalf. But we can definitely have a look on the website with you and go through any information that you might be seeking. If it's specific to your individual circumstances, then you would need to contact My Aged Care directly, but we can definitely assist with navigating the website and locating information.
Great. And a comment from Gay, which I'll respond to, but I know Gay emailed us earlier as well, and do you want to address Gay's email, Emily, as well? I might provide a bit of a summary of it. So Gay commented that it seems that there's quite a difference between the NDIS packaging and the My Aged Care packaging.
Yeah, so there is quite a difference in the way services are delivered. And we are working with MS Australia, is our advocacy body. They're definitely the people who can provide that lobbying to the government to change the My Aged Care and make those improvements moving forward. But we do receive a lot of feedback from people saying there does seem to be quite a difference between the NDIS and My Aged Care systems. And that's something that we acknowledge, and we're definitely looking to MS Australia to assist with advocating for people who are living with MS in regards to those services.
Okay, great. Thanks, Emily. Can MS help with the type? Oh, sorry, I've already asked that question. I've lost my place. Sorry, just scrolling down a couple more questions. And Margaret said, I've been waiting for over 18 months for my approved level 3 package. That sounds like a long time, Emily.
Yeah, it does. I would advise contacting My Aged Care also and just seeing what's happening with that package and seeing, why it's taking so long. because sometimes too, if your circumstances have changed during that time, you can also ask for a reassessment in terms of your support requirements, but I'd definitely be contacting my aged care to find out what's happening.
Great. One last question, Emily, is from Steve, and he's asking, when they come out and assess you at home, will they assess your driving even if you don't want them to?
The driving's a separate assessment, and that needs to be done by an occupational therapist who's had specialised training in driving assessments. So that wouldn't be done at the time of the initial assessment. And that's something that you can also request.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, Emily. I'm going to take the screen back to me and just finish off with a few more housekeeping slides from us. But thanks, Emily. Lots of really good advice to help navigate that system, which is really important. So really appreciate that,
Thank
Emily.
You. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you. So as Emily mentioned, please feel free to contact MS Connect on 1800 042 138 or email us if we can help you in any way. Lots of good reasons to call MS Connect, and there's 10 reasons here about support, about information about treatment, education, referrals, support, respite options, expert advice, etc. And when you call MS Connect, you have the option of speaking to an MS expert, to a nurse advisor, or to a social worker. So there's some fantastic team around to support you. We also have peer support, and that includes one-on-one phone support, face-to-face groups, telegroups, Facebook groups. And I think at the moment, where for some of us our movements are restricted, that peer support can be really important. And this is our wonderful peer support team. There's an online tool called Get Your Act Together, which is about symptom management, and you can receive a personalised report. That's on our website. We have employment support services. I realise this is a webinar for people over 65, so it wouldn't necessarily apply for many of you, but if that is something of relevance, you can contact MS Connect. We are a registered NDIS provider. Again, when we're looking at My Aged Care, that's not that relevant, but we have got different services in different areas. We've talked about My Aged Care today. We've got podcasts available. You can get them from our website or from Spotify or iTunes, for example, on a huge range of subjects, some of which will apply for you. Some symptom management, some relationships, healthy relationships, managing the heat, etc., all from experts, and a wonderful resource for you. So please stay on after the webinar to complete the short survey. Thank you so much for all your questions and your time today, and we look forward to seeing you on future webinars, and don't hesitate to contact us if we can be of any help. Thanks all, and a big thank you to you, Emily.